Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we are kicking off the most important part of modern automation building GitOps style pipeline using AWS, GitHub, and Netbox. And here is the idea you push the playbook to GitHub, AWS automatically pull it, AWS retrieve your live device inventory from Netbox, and run the automation. No static inventory file, no manual syncing, no version mismatch. This is a three-part mini series. I'm going to show you exactly how to build this pipeline step by step. So let's dive in. Alright, before we start building, let me show you why this approach changes everything. On the left side, the old way, static inventory file with a hard-coded IPs. Playbook scattered across different machine, no version control. Every time device changes, someone manually edit the files. It doesn't scale. It error prone and frustrating. On the right, GitOps with Netbox. Netbox became your single source of truth. Playbooks are version controlled in GitHub. AWS automatically sync everything. And your inventory is always current, pulled live via API. This is the transformation we are building. Static files to real-time to dynamic automation. So that's why this approach always matters. Now let's look at how all these pieces connect. On the left, we have the GitHub. This holds your playbook, inventory file, and roles. Everything is version controlled. In the middle, AWS. This is your automation engine. It orchestrates the entire workflow. On the right, Netbox, your source of truth for the device data. Real-time information about every device in your network. And here is the flow. AWS does the project sync, pull the playbook from the GitHub. AWS queries the Netbox API, gets the current device inventory, and you click run or schedule triggers. AWS connect your devices via SSH. Playbook executes. Single click, pull the playbooks, get the inventory, configure the devices. Clean, repeatable, fully version controlled, and that's a modern automation. Alright, now let's break down the four major components that we need to configure on AWS. First is credential on the top left. This is where we store all our secrets. Mainly we have three different type of credential in our use case. First is the machine credential. This is for the SSH access to the devices. Then we have the Netbox API token for the inventory sync to the AWS engine. Then we'll also use GitHub token for the repo access. And all these credentials are encrypted in AWS Vault storage. Then comes to the project, which is on the top right. This links AWS to your GitHub or GitLab repo. Basically points to your SCCM and AWS auto sync whenever a code changes, always up to date. Third is the inventory. Instead of static host file, we'll use dynamic inventory from Netbox. Real-time groups, host, and variable pulled via API. Finally, the job template. This brings everything together. It's like credential plus project plus inventory equal to runnable job. So once you understand these pieces, AWS became incredibly powerful. So here is a complete 6-step workflow we are building in a nutshell. Step 1, push the code. Developer commits the playbook to the GitHub. Step 2, project sync. AWS detect the changes, pull the latest playbook. Step 3, inventory sync. AWS queries the Netbox API, gets the current device list. In step 4, launch job. User clicks run or schedule the triggers. In step 5, execute. AWS connect via SSH, run the playbook. In step 6, result, output logged, notification sent if configured. So from code commit to automate the network change from zero to manual syncing. This is the real GitOps for the network automation. Alright, that covers all our core concept. Let's jump into the lab setup. So for this demo as well as the next two videos, here is what we got running. AWS on K3 loaded with execution environment. We have set up that in our previous video. Then we got Netbox running with all our lab devices already documented through auto discovery. Then we have a couple of IOSP routers as our automation target. So that's pretty much we need for this demo. And we'll start the Netbox services using the Docker Compose. We'll also make sure AWS is up and accessible. Alright, let's start our demo. As the first step, let's create Netbox credential. And here is the thing, AWS does not have a built-in credential type for Netbox, so we need to create a custom one. This allows AWS securely store your Netbox URL and API token and inject them to the jobs automatically. So go to administration in the left sidebar, scroll down, click credential type, and you'll see the default types here. And we need to add our own. Click add. For the name, I'll call it as Netbox token. Now we have two important sections here, input configuration and injector configuration. So let me explain what these do. Input configuration define what field appears when someone create a credential using this type. Injector configuration define how these values get passed to the jobs, in our case as environment variable. So for the input configuration, paste this in YAML. So we are defining two fields, netbox URL and the API token. Notice the secret is equal to true on the token. That means we'll encrypt and mask it in the UI. Then for injector configuration, paste this in YAML. This is the magic part. When job runs with the credentials, AWS automatically inject these as environment variable. The Netbox Inventory plugin looks for exactly these variable names, netbox underscore API and netbox underscore token. So it just works seamlessly. Click Save. And there it is. Our custom netbox credential type is ready. And this is the first credential piece in our GitOps pipeline. In the next video, we'll actually create the credential using this type and connect it to the netbox. In the part 2, we are going full hands-on, creating all our credentials, SSH, GitHub, and Netbox, connecting AWS to our GitHub repository, setting up the dynamic inventory for the Netbox, and you will see all your devices from Netbox appearing automatically in AWS. That's when it gets really exciting. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell as you don't miss the part 2. And all the code and configurations are linked in the description below. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.